What's up guys, welcome to my Ragnarok chapter 49 review. This chapter is somehow one of the most bizarre, hype and overall best chapters so far in all of Ragnarok. After seeing the roars of this chapter, I kinda lost my mind and I did not see this happening whatsoever. Let's begin. I've been covering Ragnarok as a series now for over a year. So make sure to subscribe if you enjoy chapter reviews, what if battles, explain videos and much more to come. The title of the chapter is The Legend of the Netherworld, and take note when you search up Netherworld it also refers to Underworld or Hell, so I'm thinking that's what they're going for. They just decided to use the word Netherworld to represent that. Starts out where we left off with Buddha supposedly having the finishing blow on Zero. We see that Zero is smiling even though he got defeated, and we have Brynhilde saying right there is Zero's original form, so his form before all that misery took over him, or his jealousy over Buddha that we saw in the backstory and everything like that. We have him saying again, I'm happy, I'll try to believe again. And then out of nowhere, one of his horns just falls off of him. We have, the crowd cheering for everything, and then the horn connects back to him, stabs him in the ear or something like that. This starts to cause Zero immense pain. We have Buddha freaking out. We see Zero rise up again, and we see that this horn has kind of taken over his body somewhat, and this results in the horn to pretty much squirt out even longer than what they initially were. And then, like I said at the start of the video, the bizarre aspect starts happening. The horn starts, going down his mouth and going within his body, so the horn have gone inside of him now, which makes him have this ghost-like dead form or something like that. We have him screaming saying no, I don't, and out of nowhere 2 dragons come out of Zero's mouth. Yep, I don't know what's going on, but yeah, 2 dragons come out of his mouth. We have Buddha's reaction here, which pretty much represents me right now. I have no idea what to say, no idea what's going on. So we have the dragons come down and surround Zero. We got Buddha screaming for help from Buddha. Buddha tries to, help Zero, but the dragons pretty much repel Buddha. Then they completely circle him and create this egg or cocoon around Zero. And then we see it's like a dragon egg. That's what it reminds me of somewhat. So these dragons, the horn fell off. The horns expanded. They went off again. They went inside Zero's body. 2 dragons came out. The dragons came down, surrounded Zero, created this egg cocoon thing. We have Aphrodite saying how unsightly, not to my taste at all. And then something starts to come out of this cocoon. We see blood going everywhere. Instantly we have the likes of some human fighters like Sasaki in shock. We have Brynhilde go in shock. We have Loki in shock. Odin is quite chill. That may be, hinting to something later. Zeus and Hermes are shocked, and of course Buddha is in shock as well. And then straight away as it starts to come out, Buddha shows actual fear by stepping back, with the narration saying the following. Was the reason Buddha left back in that instant as if out of reflex? Because he could see what was coming, of course with his future vision? Nay, we see this demonic creature coming out of this cocoon with this crazy art here. I have to see that, with this pretty much being huge, blood splattering everywhere as it's triple the size of Buddha. It looks down at him. We got Buddha saying, who the hell? Now back to the narration. It was for the simple fact that he could see nothing. So Buddha's future vision showed him just darkness. Let me tell you right now, it doesn't look good for Buddha whatsoever. There could be other reasons why he saw nothing, but the major reason, what it's mainly implying, is Buddha is going to be killed by Zero, considering his future vision just saw darkness, which is absolutely insane to think about. And then from there, you thought this chapter was already insane enough, we have something else. We see this corridor with this, menacing kanji everywhere. We see a fly on one of the doors. If you watch previous videos, what I've mentioned about a fly, we go into this room, we see books everywhere, we see these weird creatures inside jars, we see these paintings, these various instruments and stuff like that. We have someone sitting on the chair saying the following. Zero changed form for the 2nd time. No, for the 3rd time. Oh. So this is what became of that ... And the person we have sitting here is the one and only Beezlebub, however you say it, the representative of pretty much demons or hell in my opinion for, you know, the god side. And this is the design of him. Let me tell you right here, this isn't whatsoever what I expected, but I don't mind it. It's not what I expected, but it does give me some, you know, Poseidon vibes somewhat. Just this K-pop star of a god we have sitting here. Let me know your thoughts of his design down in the comments. And we have him saying more stuff. At white light and black shadows blending, the horns of the netherworld shall awaken and eternal darkness be born. And then we cut back to what's going on between Buddha and Zero. He continues talking. The Berserker, from the legend of the Netherworld, or the legend of the Underworld, or the legend of Hell, depending on, you know, the version of the word you're using. We see this crazy creature, the Demon Lord of the Sixth Heaven. His name being Hajun, doesn't really matter. That's what we have here, looking like an absolute demonic beast, like probably one of the coolest designs we've had so far in Record of Ragnarok in my opinion. We have Buddha and Hajun staring one another down, with the final panel being Hajun saying divine retribution. And yep, I am absolutely hyped for chapter 50, cannot wait for that. We're gonna finally see what Buddha is most likely fully capable of, and we're having a demon lord fight him now. And also take note, in chapter 44 of Record of Ragnarok, when Zero was first introduced, this is the panel we get. As we know, the 7 lucky gods were, you know, 1-0. They became one god. When that god descends, the heavens will fall. Fortune disappears. It'll bring a great disaster. So maybe this wasn't referring to Zero's form, it was maybe referring to this Hajun form or something like that, the Demon Lord, which I guess is the true original form of Zero, something like that. We don't have that really explained so far. All we have, Beezlebub is saying, you know, the horns of the netherworld shall awaken and eternal darkness be born. I'm guessing that relates to the thing that we got in chapter 44. I do think that is a possibility. And on the wall, in one of the shots we get of Beezlebub sitting on the chair, we do see this painting of a dragon, which does look somewhat similar to the dragons that came out of Zero's mouth to transform into this, you know, demon lord. But yeah, next chapter is going to be absolutely insane, and Buddha might very well die or lose, considering his future vision didn't work for him, or he didn't see a future. Also, I forgot to mention it initially, but when searching up what Hajun was, I found this. In Buddhism, the names Mara, Hajun, and this other dude all refer to the demon who tempted Buddha and who tries to keep all souls from achieving enlightenment. So this, you know, demon lord, it does actually relate to, you know, real world mythology and the connection to Buddha directly, which is something interesting I wanted to mention in today's video. Let me know your thoughts on what's going to happen down in the comments. I do hope Buddha's able to win this, but if anything, I do hope we get to learn more about what's going on. I do think Beezlebub is playing a major role in what is going on now. Maybe he created this creature, because I do believe Beezlebub is pretty much the leader of hell or the underworld in, you know, Record of Ragnarok, and this is just some demon lord from another variation of hell, or one of his minions or something like that. I have no idea, but absolute hype. Great chapter. Everything was fire from start to finish. There were some confusing parts, it was a bit bizarre, but the ending was this next level. Hope you enjoyed today's review, guys. If you did, make sure to subscribe. As always, shout out to the people who support the channel via the Patreon, absolute mad lads. If you want to get various benefits while supporting the channel directly, check out the Patreon in the description. But yep, that's it guys, peace.